that translate to a very small company? Right?
You know, we're a little early in the curve to have people standing on the highest mountain preaching about how wonderful we're performing at this point. But it's a very small industry on a worldwide basis. There are probably 100 customers in that industry. So while it's an enormous market opportunity, and we'll talk about that, I'm sure, you start to see a mass deployment of a technology like ours. There's a reason why the telco infrastructure in Central Europe looks remarkably similar to the telco infrastructure in the United States or South America or anywhere else, because they copy each other. So from a marquee customer perspective, as long as they're referenceable and as long as there's a mass deployment, the word spreads very quickly. And it's the old, like they used to say, you can't get fired for hiring IBM. If AT&T deploys, the rest of the world follows. It's like dominoes.
Well, let's come back and talk to market, because I kind of grouped those three essentials together.
Sure.
Are you carving a $1 billion potential subsegment out of a $200 billion a year market or a $12 billion a year market? How big is the potential worldwide market for what you invest in?
Well, if you look at new subscribers for DSL services projected over the next 5 years, that all by itself it represents a $20 billion opportunity for us. If you look at all of the existing DSL, or all of the copper line, subscriber lines that exist in the world today, we're looking at close to a $200 billion market opportunity for the technology that we are seeking to deploy into the world's networks. So it wouldn't take a whole lot of that to create a $1 billion company. That's right.
Okay, awesome.
And you talked about that inflection point of $50 million.
Yeah.
We are still new, so we haven't quite gotten to 50 million yet this year.
But you can feel that accelerating revenue growth, maybe?
I can tell you that if the contracts that we're in the short strokes of finalizing right now come to fruition, they are for orders that will require us to deliver close to $50 million in revenue next year. So you can imagine what happens as we get onto that growth track.